Hello, everybody. Hi, Billy. Hi, Snitch. Hi, Earl. You're going to knock my coffee off. And that would be tragic. That would be so unacceptable. I have 2 wet cats and a wet dog. They were outside. Oof. All right. They know this sound. Oh, can you move, please? Thank you. You ready? You ready? Ava will find those. Billy, go get him. Billy's like, I'm going to force you to just give it to me right here. No. Oh, by golly. There we go. I was exporting. Oh, oops. I never put the cat cam up. Oh, Ava. By golly. Yes, more treats are coming because of Jerry. He told me to add them to my Walmart cart. He didn't realize that I had already been building an order of cat food and treats because I was running low on cat wet food. And obviously I'm running low on treats. So my cart was already over $200 and that was just cat stuff. Yeah, he's like, here, I sent you $25 to get the cat treats. Add them to your Walmart cart. And I sent him a screenshot of my Walmart cart that I already had built. Hey, hi, how you doing? What's up? How's it going? Billy, go get him. Billy, Earl's butt's sticking out of there. Oh, there we go. Earl's butt's sticking out. And you're not even attempting to go get them. Come here. You want some help? You want some help? There you go, big boy. Oh. I have not felt great today. I wasn't planning on coming on. I was going to take the night off, but I don't think I'm fantasizing about what you think I'm fantasizing about. Yeah, and I have Walmart Plus, so I don't pay shipping. So hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Nana Laura. April's tummy is not happy. But April's here. She brought the scroungers with her. Oh my goodness. Hello, Pussy Pug. Hello, Wire Mother. Michelle Moreland, my sweet sis, I'm so happy you're here. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Penny. Hello, Dark Zoomy. The game. Ava played a game as I was trying to get her in. She wrapped herself around stuff outside, so she couldn't get herself unwrapped. And I had to go just unhook her, and I'll have to pull the leash out later. Hello, Shane. Hello, Mortimer Duke. No. I can't take ibuprofen anymore. Because of the diverticulitis. And so I'm in a lot of womanly pain. Not that anybody needed to know that much, but it sucks. It sucks so bad right now. Need to get him a cape. Make him fly. Sometimes I think that. It's supposed to be really good. I haven't tried the cat Blue Buffalo stuff. Mainly because with as good as they are expensive. And I have 5 cats. I mean, it's easier for the one dog, you know. But there's 5 cats. Yeah, and it's supposed to be super healthy for them. I love Blue Buffalo. I absolutely love them as a company, as a product, everything. I love everything about them. I just can't afford them on all of the animals. Oh, thank you so much, Purple Kiv. Oh, I had to clean them today. I did. They were stinky. And I was like, oh, suddenly my house smells like cats. And it just happens that quickly. Don't you? Steel doesn't break as easily as wood. You go get that wood one. Aw, thank you, Dark Zoomy. Which flavor is your favorite? I mean, the cats all love salmon and tuna, and I think they like probably the tuna varieties best. It hit me hard. It did. It hit me hard. I said I was done at 3. Then I said I was done at 4. And then Snitch walked into my life. And I couldn't resist Snitch. He had a special something about him, and he still does. He's special. He's like Derp Helmet special. You can too. Salmon flavored soft treats. The ones I got special kitty coming. I got 3 different flavor varieties of special kitty. All right, so tonight we have we've got Braley. We've got one from Amarillo. And then Morty, what is wrong with people in Amarillo? Can you please, like, I couldn't even, the rest of the docket, I had to just scrap it because the audio was so unintelligible. And I mean that in every way. Yes, it's Jerry's fault that I'm here. Not exactly, but sort of. No, I just love you guys, and I wanted to be here. And if it gets too bad, I can always turn the camera off and make sure the mic's off and scream loudly and come back. So if I go off camera, you know why. Yeah, solid advice right there, Dark Zoomy. Solid advice. Oh, well, I keep the dockets around an hour. So there's like an hour of stuff. After Amarillo, sorry, I got sidetracked because I remembered the rest of the docket of Amarillo. So after that, we're going to go to Kansas. Mortimer sent me an evidentiary hearing. And I don't know. There were a few of them on it. I only watched one. I did a quick edit on it. But I did see why he sent it. And then after that, we have Crumb's first appearance docket, and then we have Judge Joe Lee, Elk County docket. So most of it's quick edited, so hopefully I didn't miss any important info, but pretty sure Kansas, they don't make people say stuff on the record that, you know, important info that I got to keep an ear out for. Almost all the other ones do. Alrighty, let's get into this.
Excuse me?
Your name, please.
Oh, Jesse Andrew Hartman.
Thank you. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding, now calling case numbers 21S00175 and 19W000380. These are the matters of Jesse Hardman. Can I have names for the record, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Nicole Van Blarkum with and on behalf of Mr. Jesse Hardman.
So today is the date set for an arraignment in these matters. What I am seeing is that a bench warrant issued for your arrest, Mr. Hardman, back on October 21st of 2021. That was after you failed to appear for a pretrial. I do see a bond violation report from October 14th of 2021. So it looks like back in 2021, you had been ordered to go to testing at community corrections. You'd had prior community corrections bond violations. You were arraigned by Magistrate Nelson, it looks like, on October 5th, and he sent you back to community corrections to test. And then we received this bond violation report October 14th, 2021, that when you tested on October 12th, That test came back positive for THC, amphetamines, fentanyl, benzodiazepine, opiates, and buprenorphine.
Yeah, losing leg hurts.
You were set for a pre-trial in front of Judge Washington October 21st of 2021.
He made the comment that his leg hurts. That's why he had so many concoctions in his system. When he goes to wheel out of the room, you will see that he's missing 1.5 of his legs ish. One of them is at the shin and one of them is at the knee. So I get it. I get, buddy. I get it. Pain sucks. But I don't think you are doing yourself any favors by what you're doing.
And failed to appear for that. So,
Well, I'm here today to take care of it. Can I plead guilty for you, ma'am? And just get it the fuck out the way.
Mr. Hardman,
I don't care. I'm done. I don't care. I don't care. 90 days is all you can do. Give it to me. Let's go. I'm done. I don't want this case no more. I want it out of my life. I'll do the jail time. Let's just do the guilty thing. I want it out of my face.
Okay.
So around like a bad disease.
All right. Well, I can't sentence you on this regardless because I'm not the judge. I'm just the magistrate. So you're stuck with me for an arraignment, and then you get to see her.
I just got called.
Mr. Hardman, let's just get through the arraignment, okay?
I don't care, ma'am. Listen, I don't care. You're fired. How's that? I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm going to prison. I don't care. I don't want to bond. I don't care. I'm fed up, man. I'm just fed up with all this stuff, man. Maybe I need to sit down. Maybe I need to go to prison. Maybe I need to figure out something. Maybe this is the best place for me. It's fine with me.
We still need
Try to get real with yourself sometimes.
Okay. So I'm going to still set you for a pretrial date because that's how this process works. Okay. So your date.
The process works. Yeah, I just so stupid. I ain't going nowhere. I can't make no bond. Even if I could, I don't want to.
All right. I appreciate that. Now, if you can stop talking for a minute so I can set your next court date, that will be June 29th in front of Judge Washington. Bond is continued in both of these cases. So in the matter ending in 0175, that is $7,500, 10%. In the matter ending in 0380, that is $3,750, 10%. And again, that next court date, June 29th. And that will be at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Washington. And at that point, hopefully you can get this all resolved. So if you don't have any questions, you can go to the door or tell the jail that you're finished.
Oh, and then I muted myself. I was saying, I guess I was wrong. He does have one full leg, but it does appear that he's missing the other one. Yeah. I feel for the guy, and maybe he's right. Maybe doing the time is exactly what he needs. Maybe this is his turning point. I hope so.
Have a great life.
Oh, but I just did one.
We're done.
All done? Andrew Boyd. Mr. Boyd, this is so unfortunate. Why did you miss your court date? Remember, you pled not guilty, you saw me or Judge Hamilton, and she set you a new court date to give you time, and then you missed it. Why did you miss it?
There's I believe there's been a coordinated attack to sabotage my ability to make it to court. There's a really complex situation that's going on. My phone went completely black and my home internet turned off. The modem fried itself, and the
Okay, so let's talk about it since you're in the jail. So from February 18th of 2026 over on Canyon Drive, you got a speeding 81 and a 60. Fine range is $1 to $200. Court costs are $209. Not guilty means you want to bond out of the jail to appear, to set it for trial, or to get time to hire an attorney. Guilty or no contest means you want to appear tomorrow to talk about how to pay it. What do you?
How's it going to do that, Your Honor? There's a coordinated, concerted effort to fry his modem, fry his cell phone, and make him miss his court appearances. The world is plotting against him. He can't make it.
You want to do?
I'd like to plead not guilty, I believe.
Okay, so you're going to bond out of the jail today with a personal bond, but remember that bond is going to tell you that you have to appear. So you have to show up one way or the other. To no liability insurance on February 18th, fine range 175 to 350 on that Chevy Suburban. Do you want to plead not guilty because you want to hire an attorney, have a trial, or bring me your insurance from February?
I still don't have insurance on it.
How do you want to plead to that no insurance then?
What would you recommend? How would
I
it?
can't be your lawyer. I'm only your judge. I can give you your choices. I mean, I feel like if you're pleading not guilty to one, I don't know why you're not, you might as well just plead not guilty at all three.
Yeah, okay, I want to plead not guilty to all three, I believe.
Okay, so it's gonna be a personal bond. As you're leaving the jail, it doesn't cost you any money, but if you miss the court date that's set on your bond, it's worth $1,500, plus you still have tickets and you have warrants. So operating a vehicle and expired plate, fine range $1 to $200. Now, if you plead guilty or no contest to that when your time served, what do you want to do? Was the registration out on the Suburban?
Yes,
How do you want to plead to that?
no contest.
Okay, on your no contest plea, fine and court costs is $267. On that one, your time served. So here's your situation. You're going to be processed out of the jail. I don't know if you have another charge to see another judge or not. You may. You'll see the other judge. So regardless of when you get out of jail, you'll bond out on mine and that'll give you the court date and time to appear, okay? Any
Thank you.
questions?
No,
Okay, you can return to your pod.
thank you.
Okay, why don't we take up Mr. Favre's case first? Does that make sense, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, it looks like I'm waiting. I have multiple witnesses for each case. I'm just kind of going around to see who, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3. Your Honor, I'm waiting on the 4th and 5th witness in the Logan case.
Now, I'm just going to give that good old trigger warning. This is a DV case, but there's a twist at the end.
And let's see. I'm waiting on at least one witness in Winger. And well, I do need Samsung SM S166V. Can you identify yourself?
I'm Wesley Campbell.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Can I ask, are the fourth and fifth witnesses, are they less primary witnesses? Can we do the first three witnesses?
We need at least
It sounds
one
like
to
it
be
sounds like
first.
the main witness, Miss Logan, is not present. Is that what I'm gathering from that, Dakota?
She's not here yet. We talked to her earlier today, and then there's another witness that's not here that could be taken up later, but I'd prefer to start with her. And Judge, I'm still missing two witnesses on Winger, and let me go through the list on Nelson. I think most of those are here. There's just a bunch of witnesses on each case, Judge. My apologies while I sort everybody. And if the phone number 342 could identify themselves.
Am I unmuted now?
You are unmuted now.
Yeah, this is Tim Briggs.
Okay, and Mr. Briggs, do you have the ability to have audio and visual?
It's not letting me do visual, but I have audio. I don't know unless I FaceTime, but I don't know how to do visual.
There should be, are you doing it on your phone, Mr. Briggs?
Yes, you read his phone number, and that only happens when they're not on Zoom. He called in, but she doesn't realize that.
Yeah.
If you're on your phone, you should be able to hit kind of tap the screen. And you should have there's a little audio microphone and a little video camera. Do you see those at all?
It's on my regular, it says speaker, FaceTime, mute, keypad, and more.
Well, you had to sign in on the Zoom link. So this is part of Zoom. The audio, video, little icons are part of the Zoom program.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hit buttons.
You might try and get out and come back in. We're going to start on another case, but get out and come back in. And as you're coming in, make sure that you engage audio and video. A lot of times, sometimes it asks the questions as you're logging in.
Okay. All right. I'll try that.
Okay. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
And Judge, it looks like looks like I have all the witnesses in Logan. So I think we can probably start that one. And hopefully the rest of the witnesses that are struggling to get in or whatever will be here on the other matters when we're finished.
All right, we'll go ahead and call the case. Court goes on the Zoom record. Case is entitled State of Kansas versus Dustin Lee Logan, 26 CR 88. State of Kansas appears by Assistant Butler County Attorney Amber Norris. The defendant, Mr. Logan, appears in person and by court-appointed counsel Joe Favre. This matter does regularly come back before the court this date for evidentiary preliminary hearing. And is counsel ready to proceed? The state, Ms. Norris?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the defense, Mr. Favre?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Norris, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, state would call Dakota Logan.
Dakota Logan? If you'd raise your right hand, I'll administer an oath. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Please speak slowly and distinctly so we may take a good record of the hearing today. Please proceed with direct examination, Ms. Norris.
Please state your name for the record.
Dakota Logan.
And Ms. Logan, before we get too far, is there anyone else in the room with you
My son?
Okay, Miguel,
Yes.
we may call Miguel, so I need you to not be in the same room with him while you testify.
All
Okay?
right, sit up there for a minute, Bubba. All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Did you have, well, strike that. On March 13, 2026, where did you live?
In El Dorado,
And whom did you live with?
my husband and 2 kids,
Okay, and who's your husband?
Dustin Lee Logan.
And do you see just me, or do you see multiple boxes with names and pictures?
I don't see nobody.
Okay. On your, let's see, let me figure out where it is. You can change the view and while you're looking at it on your phone, but if you slide, basically slide you or me to the right, do you see other people? Other boxes?
I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody.
And are you sliding, basically trying to change the screen to the next screen?
Yeah. There's everybody.
Okay. Do you see the person that you know as Dustin Lee Logan? Amongst?
Yes, he's sitting right next to you.
Okay. Can you describe what he's wearing and maybe the background?
A tan wall, glasses, and a black shirt.
Okay. And does he have facial hair or no?
Yes.
And what color of hair?
Gray and brown.
Okay. And Your Honor, I would ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified Dustin Lee Logan.
The record does so reflect.
And Miss Logan, on March 13th, in the later evening hours, did something happen between you and the defendant, Dustin Logan?
Yes, we got in a big old fight and he choked me out and he hit me and we just got in a big old fight at the house.
Okay, let's start with what were you fighting about? And when you say fight, were you arguing? Was it physical?
Oh no, it was physical and it was all of it.
Okay.
He started
And
breaking my stuff and scaring me, telling me I need to get out of his house. And then from there, it just escalated.
you were living there together. Were you married at that time?
We've been married since June the 28th of 2019.
Okay. Now, you said breaking stuff. What kinds of things?
He broke my painting on the walls, a wooden piece of painting. He hit it right where I'm sitting against the wall, trying to intimidate me, and it didn't work. And then he started grabbing my stuff out of the closet, and I told him to put my stuff back because legally he can't get me out because we both live there together. I helped him pay the bills. I got proof of it on my credit cards. And I mean, it just started getting worse from there.
Okay, so he grabs some of your things from the closet. What happens next?
I try to grab my stuff from him and put it back in the closet. He throws me in the closet. I get up and I said, "You better strap your shit to get out of my face." I said, "You're the one stepping in my face." And then he got mad, threw me on the ground and started choking me out.
And when you say choking you out, what do you mean?
I mean, physically, 2 hands around my throat where I couldn't see nothing. I almost passed out. Had to go to the emergency room. And I got the police meet me at the emergency room. I had bruises around my neck, a fractured bone inside of my neck.
Okay. And
And I bit him on his wrist when his wrist wrapped around my throat. I kicked him when he let go, and then I bit him on his wrist.
okay. So he had his hands so was he, I guess, where were you and where was he when this was happening?
I'm laying on the floor in our bedroom, and he's on top of me, choking me out.
And
My son was the only one there. My son was the only one there in the doorway watching the whole thing.
okay. And when you say your son, you mean Miguel?
Yes.
Okay. And has so he's on top of you. He's got both hands your around your throat.
Yep.
And you said, did you say you saw stars?
I seen white spots.
White spots? And
Yes.
were you able to breathe?
No, I couldn't breathe. I started seeing white spots, and then I see nothing but like a tunnel.
And about how long did the choking go on, if you know?
I don't know.
Okay. And about how long was this argument, this fight going on at your house that night?
I don't know, probably about 30 minutes to an hour, because he was like trying to intimidate me by throwing, breaking my stuff, cutting my stuff up, and then it escalated from him moving stuff into my bedroom, getting my stuff out of the closet.
Okay. And what ended the argument, the fighting?
When I kicked him to get him off of me, and then I bit him on his wrist, and then he goes, "Now you're going to jail." And then he took off and ran to the cops. Time that I was trying to leave to go to Wichita because my throat was hurting. I couldn't even hardly swallow or anything. And then I went from there, I went straight to Wichita because I had my dog with me. My son's autistic, so I couldn't get him in the car without a big argument and a fight with him. So I ended up leaving my son at the house that night. And
Whoa, 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 ho, ho, wait a minute. I have a big problem with that. If a man is willing to put hands on me, the last thing that I'm going to do is leave my young child in their care. I don't care what the reason. I will put myself in harm's way for as long as it takes to get my child out of that situation. I don't care if it's the father of the child. I don't care what is going on. If he's that violent, I am taking my child with me. I'm not downplaying what happened to her. I'm sure it was terrifying. I'm glad she made it out of there. But you don't leave your child with a violent, aggressive person who just tried to murderize you.
I was trying to have the cops bring him to me when they went out there and talked to him. And then my husband and his stepson, or my stepson, showed back up and lied to him, saying my son wasn't there when he was there. I mean, it was just one bad night.
Okay. And so the defendant, Justin, left the house and then about how long after that did you leave the house?
Like
to go to
maybe
the
10
hospital?
minutes. Maybe like 10 minutes, because I was trying to get my son in the car with me and he wouldn't leave.
Okay.
He was scared to leave.
And how old's Miguel?
He's 17, but he's autistic, so he's like a 10-year-old in his head. And he
Okay.
has speech problems, and he has Asperger's real bad.
Okay. And he was the only other person in the house when all of this was happening?
Yes.
Okay. And had anything like this happened before?
Multiple times.
Okay. And
Butler County, or not Butler County, I'm in Sedgwick County. First time it ever happened, we lived down in Sunlord, something like that. And then it happened again in Halstead, which that would be Harvey County. The state of Kansas actually picked up charges on him for that, and he got probation. And again in McPherson, and he got probation for that too.
okay.
So there's
And
been not just me with his first wife, his third wife, and then me. So it's a long history.
okay, now, you went to the hospital.
Yes. Actually, I ended up meeting a officer there from Butler County. He was a SWAT sergeant. I can't remember his name, but his brother, like a week before that, came to my house for a domestic violence. And my husband wasn't there at that time because he already fled because he knew I was calling the cops.
Okay, so, you said that you have bruises and, what else happened or had to your neck? You mentioned something earlier.
He choked me out, and then there's a bunch of little bones in your neck. The little bone over here, he fractured it. I got paperwork from the emergency room. I got the police report because the cop did not take the police report because I can't read and write too well. So it's taking me forever to write everything down. My daughter went with me to the emergency room. She helped me write stuff down, what happened.
Okay, and did you
And then
do,
the cops had to go back to the house. I'm sorry, what?
did you do a written statement for law enforcement regarding what happened?
Yes, I have it. I have it downstairs.
Okay, you've not necessarily turned it in to law enforcement yet?
No, because I didn't know how to turn it in. I don't go to Butler County except when I have to.
Okay, so you don't live, at the address outside of El Dorado anymore?
No, I left after he did this time. We're getting a divorce.
Okay, so that address though that we previously talked about on Caffer outside of El Dorado, that's in Butler County though, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you said you mentioned previously your daughter, who is that?
Carolina Apprecio.
Okay, and you said she went with you to the hospital?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Logan. I don't think I have any further questions, but Mr. Favre may have some follow-up for you, okay?
Okay.
Cross-examination for the defense, Mr. Favre.
See, I love cross-examination. I love getting multiple sides to stories. You can't just go on one side.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, Miss Logan, the date of this incident was what?
The 13th, Friday the 13th of March.
And what time did this incident start?
Oh, I don't know. It's right around dark.
What started
We've been fighting crazy. We started marriage counseling. He went one time. We're supposed to have marriage counseling the day before. He did not show up. And then it just, from there, I was like, why didn't you show up? And I bought a new car. He went to help me fix it 'cause the radiator was broke. So I paid somebody else to help me fix it. And then that's what pissed him off is because another man was fixing my car. And he got more mad and kept saying I was messing around with that guy and all that stupid stuff.
He does sound like a bit of a control freak, if that's the truth.
Okay, so just to be clear, that date on March 13th, what started the argument was somebody else working on the car? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I had to stay in Wichita after I bought my new car because the radiator was completely just spraying antifreeze and water everywhere.
Okay, so that day, just want to kind of understand what's going on. You guys are back in your home, and all of a sudden he finds out that you let somebody else work on the car, and that's when.
No, he knew somebody was working on my car because I asked him if he would come to town and help me fix it. He said, that's your problem, you do it. So I had to stay a night in Wichita, my dad's house where I'm living now. And then from there, he's saying, oh, you're staying in Wichita because you're fucking the guy and he's not really fixing your car. Then he came to my house when he was actually fixing it and he tried to run the guy over when he was underneath my car. He pulled up real fast and like almost hit my brand new van. And the guy
Well,
was underneath my car and doing the hoses.
So it sounds like there's a lot of drama between you guys, but I'm just trying to focus on this incident, Miss Logan. So this incident this incident did occur in Butler County, not in Sedgwick County, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the fight we're talking about today, the one that Miss Norris had you
Well,
testify
you asked
about.
me what started the fight. So I'm telling you what started.
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying not to get like your entire history. I'm sure there's lots of back and forth, but I'm just trying to get the specifics of this incident. So for this incident, this occurred in Butler County, correct?
Yes.
At the address on Caffer Road.
Yes.
Is that your and his house, or was it your and his house?
Yes. And both of our names on the lease.
Okay. So that day in Butler County, you were at the house with him, and all of a sudden you just broke out into an argument. And
He started accusing me.
Okay. But just to be clear, I don't want to go into like all the drama that happened before. So you're just standing in the kitchen, for instance, and all of a sudden he starts yelling at you. Like, what started the fight that day?
He yelled at me as soon as I walked in the door, calling me a whore and a slut.
Gotcha. So you walk in the door, and then immediately when you walk in the door, he's yelling at you.
Yes.
Is that it? Okay. So it started as a verbal argument. Now, how soon after the verbal argument did the first physical contact happen?
It has been scientifically documented that men or women that do this to their partners, it very often escalates to death. I don't want to get, struck down by the YouTube gods for saying the words, but the thing that does fracture the hyoid bone, which is, very common to get fractured in that instance, but it's not an easy bone to fracture. But yes, they are more likely to cause a situation that results in death.
I don't know, probably about 30 minutes after, maybe.
Okay, so during this verbal argument, are you guys yelling back and forth at each other?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who makes the first physical contact?
He did.
He did. And what was the first physical contact he made with you?
I took my clothes out of his hand and I put it back in my closet, and then he pushed me inside the closet.
Okay, so you guys are yelling, and he is trying to take clothes of yours out of your closet. And where's he taking the clothes to?
He said he's gonna throw them outside.
Say he's going to throw them outside. Okay. And so you then intervene and you grab the clothes from him. That's right. You physically grab the clothes from him?
Yes. I grabbed the clothes out of his hand and I started hanging them back in the closet, and then he pushed me in the closet. When I got up, I said, don't be touching my stuff. And then he got mad and he pushed me down. And when he pushed me down, he started choking me out.
Okay, so just to be clear, you're yelling back and forth. He's going to take your clothes and throw them out of the house. You go and grab the clothes from him. You're hanging them up, and your testimony is then he pushes you in the closet.
Yes.
Okay. And then he pushes you into the closet. And I guess when he pushes you in the closet, he also pushes you down at the same time, it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. And then after that,
I hate to interrupt, but where did your client go?
yeah, I know. Dustin, you got to turn your camera on, dude. He's there. Dustin. You got to keep your camera on. You there? You're there. He is.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello? All right, so I was sitting outside and my phone started overheating because of the heat. I'm trying to get somewhere inside. It was about to shut down because of how hot it got.
Okay.
I'm heading to a library right now.
Okay.
Don't go to the library. Who goes to the library? It's library. Jackhole.
Judge, if he keeps his camera on, can we just keep proceeding with cross-examination then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Miss Logan, so then
He
he
might
pushes you down.
himself.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You might have him mute himself.
Yeah, Dustin, please keep yourself muted though. Thank you. All right. So you push yourself in the closet. He pushes you in the closet. He pushes you down. And then at this point, do you get up? What happens next?
I really can't remember it all at this time, but I do have the police report downstairs where we had to write everything down what happened, and that might bring more up if I need to bring it into the courts or whatever.
Well,
So I
what
was
I'm
planning on
wondering
being
is,
there today, but my car's all messed up.
yeah. Well, what I'm wondering is, you testified to other things about you bit him, he choked you. I'm trying to figure out where in the timeline that is. So he pushes you down in the
Okay, when
closet.
he was choking me, I kicked him, and that's when I kicked him, he let go of my throat for a minute, and I got hold of his wrist. That's when I bit his hands. That's the only way I could bite his wrist, right where I bit him, is like right here on his wrist. Like this part right here, he has 2 bite marks because I bit him when he was choking me out.
Okay. So what I'm wondering is, what's the timeline of events after you get pushed in the closet? What happens next? Do you remember?
I already told you, he started choking me out.
Okay, so you're down in the closet. He goes into the closet to start choking you.
No,
No.
man, you guys don't listen. I
Yeah, sorry,
fell
I'm a
in the
little.
closet. I already told you, I got up and then he hit me when I fell on the ground. Like he pushed me down and then I fell, and that's when he got on top of me, started choking me out.
Okay, so you got up. Then your
Yes.
testimony is that he hits you and then starts choking you.
Yes.
Okay.
There also, if you put your hands if you have the ability, if you put your hands like you are praying, okay? If you put them together and sweep them up really fast like that, they cannot hold on. It's something that I was taught in self-defense. It's been we tried in sparring to hold each other in that position, and this broke it every single time. The problem is sometimes their body is too close to you in order for you to get that motion together, but the oomph of it will break their arms apart. They can't sustain it.
And that's the point where you kick him. Is that right?
When he was choking me out, yes.
Okay.
Because he's on top of me, kind of like, I don't know, straddling me, I guess. And I lifted my leg up and I kicked him. And then when I kicked him, he let go of my throat and I got hold of his wrist.
Mm-hmm. So then
He
you
still had
kick
one
him.
hand wrapped around my throat.
Gotcha. So you kick him, he lets go, you grab him, and you bite him. Is that
No, I
right?
didn't grab him. He still had a hand wrapped around my throat. He just let go with one of his hands. Because
Right. But what I mean,
when I let go, he grabbed me by my hair with the other hand, and then he said he was gonna break my jaw.
is that,
Then that's when I bit him.
okay. So, but in order to bite him, you had to be able to have access to his wrist, right? So at some point, you grabbed his
It's
arm.
wrapped around my throat. So when somebody got your hand wrapped around and you go like this, you could bite them.
Oh, so you bit the arm that was wrapped around your wrist, around your neck.
Yes.
So like somehow you got your mouth down enough past your chin to like bite his wrist.
Yes,
Is that
I bit him like this.
gotcha? Okay,
Just like that. That's why he had 2 teeth marks on his hand.
gotcha. Okay.
And that's
right.
why when he was telling the cop the story, the cop's like, well, how did you get your hands close enough to her mouth?
Right. So you bit him on the wrist. And then at that point, is that when you left and tried to get your son into the car to try to go to Wichita?
Yes. And my son didn't want to leave because he was too scared because he just watched everything happen.
So while you're out there trying to get your son to go in the car, you said that took about 10 minutes. What is Mr. Logan doing?
He had already left and he goes, haha, bitch, I'm going to throw your ass in jail now for assault. I said, you assaulted me first.
Gotcha.
Because I'm on probation. He was trying to turn around and make me get in trouble for it, for being on probation and then having the cops interact. When the cop met
So-
me at the emergency room, I was there from like 10 o'clock to 6 in the morning doing x-rays, CAT scans, and all that stuff.
Got it. So after
And the
you
cop
bit
stayed
him,
there to like 3 something with me in the morning.
after you bit him, that's when he says he's going to leave and get you in trouble. And so he takes off. You mentioned you were
Yes.
already on probation. What were you on probation for?
I got a spinning license and I went to jail and I got probation.
I apologize. I missed that. Did you say speeding or suspended license?
Speeding, I got pulled over for speeding and then I went to jail for a spinning license.
Okay, so you were on probation for a suspended license?
Yes. And then when I was in jail, there's roly-polies and stuff everywhere, and the cop had something on a shirt, so I was reaching through the bar and I took it off for a shirt, and I got charged for LEO or assault and battery or something like that.
Battery Leo. Do you have any
when I
other
just touched her.
do you have any other person crimes in your history? Physical contact crimes?
I never have anything in my whole life till I moved to Butler County. And then it's like after that, I've been in trouble a couple more times. When I went to go get my stuff, he was being a smartass because they told me to call the sheriffs to retrieve my stuff. So I called the sheriffs to retrieve my stuff. And then he changed the locks on me where I couldn't enter the house. I got mad. I went to go hit the back door. The cop told me don't do it, so I didn't do it. And then when I went to go drop the thing I was going to hit the door with to get in the house to get my stuff, the cop saying, they're going to have to arrest me for that. And then when they arrested me, I go, for what for? And I moved my shoulder and they said, that's a resisting arrest. And the cop fell because there's water hoses back there by the back of the house. And I got another charge for assault and battery because she fell when she was trying to put handcuffs on me.
So you have a couple different charges of battery Leo and resisting arrest in your history. Any other violent or person misdemeanor crimes in your history?
I'm on one more probation in El Dorado again. And it was for an empty container of marijuana, but it was empty container. And you was actually my lawyer on the time, I do believe. And you told me just to take it instead of making them check the marijuana and testing it and all that.
Well, I certainly will go and double check that because if there's a conflict, I need to know. But I don't think that's true, but we'll double check that.
No, it is.
Okay, I'll go double check, Miss Logan. All right. So a couple battery Leos, resisting arrest, marijuana, any other violent
No,
crime?
I never had anything in my whole life.
I am surprised you could have forgotten her.
Never been in trouble, nothing. I had some speeding tickets, but that's it. And it was an empty bottle of marijuana, so it's not even marijuana.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I shouldn't took your advice, and I should have actually had you guys test it.
What do you think it would have tested for? I get it that it was the container was empty, but testing it, I mean, it's not like they're going to test it and find that the only substance is air. It had marijuana in it. You're a smart one.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. So in this incident, Judge, if you'll let me just double check, I can double check to see if I've represented Ms. Logan before. I think that's important here. Just for, if I can just check real quick. I didn't see her in my conflict check, but I can check real quick if you don't mind.
Please proceed.
Thank you.
Just to let he did her a few months before.
What are you saying, Mr. Logan?
Said just to refresh memory, he did represent Dakota, my wife at the time. It was in,
Mr. Logan, I can't understand. I can hear you talking, but I can't understand. You're kind of cutting out. I can see you fine, but your words are getting cut off.
He said, just to refresh his memory, he represented my wife, and then you interrupted him. I know. It's a gift. It's a gift.
he did represent her on marijuana.
Again, you're gonna need, I think you need better signal or something. Can't understand you.
Okay. Dustin, I got it. I think I know what you're saying. Judge, I apologize. I looked and I found I did represent Miss Logan on a misdemeanor case in the city of El Dorado Municipal Court. That is my mistake. I think honestly, with that information, I think I have to ask for a continuance and for Mr. Logan to have new counsel. I hate to do that, but I think it's a conflict here. I don't want to have any conflict that would hurt Mr. Logan's representation. So I'm sorry to ask that. I missed that in my conflict check.
Are you currently representing Miss Logan?
I'm not. No, it was a misdemeanor paraphernalia case last year. She pled to a paraphernalia case last year.
And any conflict with the case that's pending before the court?
Other than representing her on that case, Mr. Logan was not a party to that case, so I didn't have him down. But yeah.
And
So-
Your Honor, I would agree that I believe that Mr. Favre has conflict, having represented the victim in this case.
I think I do. I'm sorry to backlog the court like that, but I think I do.
All right. And you have a motion to withdraw based on the conflict. Is that correct, Mr. Favre?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Court grants the motion to withdraw. Court appoints Blake Cooper. Court appoints Blake Cooper to represent Mr. Logan throughout the course of the proceedings. Court reschedules this evidentiary preliminary hearing.
And Your Honor, we would ask that the court set this back on your PHC docket. That way we can get Mr. Cooper notified. He can get discovery and then make a decision with his calendar on when this needs to be scheduled thereafter.
And verify that he has never represented the victim in this case either.
I'm not sure
Thank
when
you, Ms.
court's next date is.
Thank you, Ms. Norris. And next PHC date, Belen.
Michelangelo, you can come back.
That's gonna be July the 6th.
I'm sorry for having you sit in the heat, baby. You okay?
July 6th.
Correct.
All right, July 6th, 2026 at 2:30. July 6th, 2026 at 2:30, Mr. Logan, you do need to be present at that time. The court has appointed subsequent counsel to represent you, Blake Cooper. Court finds conflict by Mr. Favre with representation of yourself as he has previously represented Ms. Logan. And subsequently, you need to be present by Zoom process July 6th, 2026 at 2:30. Anything further, Ms. Norris?
Not in this matter, Your Honor. We would just ask that all the witnesses that are subpoenaed for Logan be allowed to be released.
That is the order of the court. All individuals subpoenaed to be present for Mr. Logan's preliminary hearing are hereby dismissed. From the proceeding today, Mr. Favre, anything further?
No, Judge, thank you.
There being nothing further to come before the court, court is in recess. All parties are free to go.
Uh-oh. This tells me I may have accidentally left something and I didn't intend to. Yeah. Oh, I have absolutely no idea what this is going to be. Well, this is completely unexpected. Earl, get away from that closet door.
Okay. Good afternoon, Council.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so wait. Kim, who else do we have?
This is it.
Oh, they didn't respond. I thought they responded.
It
This
should
is-
be a Ross Gilders.
He's not online.
He what?
He's not online.
Did he ever, anybody else ever check in? Nobody checked in?
No, ma'am.
He did file a response, Your Honor. I know the
Right.
motion cutoff date is July 13th. He filed a response, so I know he wanted to respond to this motion. If you don't mind adjourning it, I don't have any objection.
Okay, wow, yeah, because they did file a response. So,
Do you want us to hear another motion and allow her to maybe call him if she would like
I
to
can
do
do that as
that?
well.
okay, sounds good.
All right, just a second.
Okay, Miss Clifton will put you back in the waiting room.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead with the Lewis motions?
I guess so. This is all as to 5513 Cooper, right?
Yes, and 5513 and 5519.
Why do we have, okay, why do we, okay.
It's
Different properties? No.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, two different addresses.
1313 19 and 19. Okay. So which one is this?
The first case is going to be ending in 339 as to 5519 Cooper.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is case number 250103339CH Lynetta Lewis versus 5519 Cooper, Detroit, Michigan 48213.
Council appearance for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ebony Jameson on the behalf of the Detroit Land Bank Authority, P7585756.
Ma'am, would you state your name, please? Unmute yourself. State your name.
Lynetta Lewis.
Thank you. Ms. Jameson, this is the defendant's motion for summary disposition. I'm really confused because we got two motions. I know one was, I don't know why one was from Judge Gillis and one was from Judge Joseph. Is this the same motion, Ms. Jameson?
So these are primarily the same motion. The
Okay.
cases were filed by Ms. Lewis and they went before Judge Gillis and Judge Gills and I'm sorry,
Judge
the
Joseph.
yes.
Okay.
And so I filed motions for summary disposition in both of those cases. They are now consolidated or have been brought before you. So that's how we're here today. The
Okay,
land
but they relate to the same property.
but they're related to the same transaction and properties, yes.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So for 5513 Cooper, this property was foreclosed on for delinquent taxes in March 30th.
Wait, let me, hold on. Ms. Clifton, I thought we were doing 5519, because she called, Ms. Clifton, you called 250103339, right?
I did.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's with regards to 5519, Ms. James.
Oh, thank you. As regards
Okay.
to 5519 Cooper, the property was foreclosed on by the Wayne County Treasurer in 2008. It was deeded to the city of Detroit in December of 2008, and it came to the Detroit Land Bank Authority in 2015 from the Wayne County Treasurer. This property was in a bundle to be purchased by Miss Lewis in a transaction that was going to take place in 2025, in May of 2025 for $19,000. She was approved for the purchase via our 50% city employee discount. So the purchase price went down to $9,500. The scheduled closings were scheduled to take place in on April 30th, 2025 and June 24th of 2025. And the final closing, which failed to occur, was scheduled for July 18th of 2025. When these closings failed to take place, we were informed that Ms. Lewis had filed and recorded against the property a list pendants for her own quiet title action. This is where we discovered that Ms. Lewis believed that she had some kind of a claim to these properties. The land bank filed our quiet title action. That action was of course before you. The other two actions that Ms. Lewis had filed and which the land bank had not received service to, all we received was the list pendants, and then we later received the documents relating to what Ms. Lewis had filed. So the land bank is moving for a motion for summary disposition. The land bank is the rightful owner of the property. We received title post tax foreclosure. We have post city ownership, tax foreclosure, city ownership, and transfer to ourselves. The land bank has held this property for over 10 years. We are the only parties that are showing in title to this property. Ms. Lewis failed to present a claim where she is showing that she has legal ownership or claim to the property to claim even a quiet title action, nor does she show that she provided proper service for this action. So the land is seeking a judgment to have our motion in order for summary disposition decided in our favor. There are no material matters of dispute of facts regarding these properties as well.
Ms. Lewis, respond.
Okay, Your Honor, first, I filed the list pendants because once I learned that, I did have inheritance on the property. My mom stayed there, she died there. My grandmother bought the, property years ago. I came down, I read, I had it printed up of all the deeds where my grandmother and my mother names was on the house. My brother lived in the house all the way up until 2022. I have the paperwork right here with me. He lived there all the way up until 2022, where the house caught, no, I'm sorry, 2021, where the house caught fire. And he had been paying taxes and everything on the house.
What proof do you have that
the-
he's been paying taxes? Because the situation, as Ms. Jameson said, that it was foreclosed on in 2008. So what proof do
No,
you have that
ma'am.
he's paying? The question is, what proof? I don't have anything in front of me that he paid taxes, that the taxes were paid. Because what Ms. Jameson has said is that there was a tax foreclosure in 2008, and it was transferred to Detroit Land Bank 2015, and that you were supposed to purchase this outright for 19. Well, the purchase price was 19,000, but because I guess the relationship with the city that you had, you're supposed to be able to get the purchase price at 9,500. So what proof do you have that it hadn't been foreclosed upon and it
So,
would then would revert to the county in 2008? I'm sorry.
So she's saying about the 5519. It they sold it was a bundle property. My grandmother bought both of them together. So that's number one. I don't understand how it was sold or foreclosed on one, but not foreclosed on another.
What
My
you mean
grandmother
because you mean in terms of what's the other property we're
that
talking about?
she she said
551.
yes, she said 5519 was foreclosed on in 20. Did she say
You said
15?
2008.
2008. Well, my family been in this home all the way up until all the way up until 2021 when it caught 2021 when it caught fire. And then I do have the paperwork here where it had sent a foreclosure for a different date. I just had seen it. It sent the foreclosure date for in 2022. So I don't know.
Where is the
We
paperwork? You're
I
telling me all this. I don't have any
I
paperwork in front of me.
I have a lot. I got the paperwork with me. I'm at the courthouse now. I have a lot of paperwork right here, which stated that we still own the house. It was still under my mom's name though. It never got transferred over. And she and Miss Ebony stated also that she didn't see where I had any affiliate with the house, but I went down and got it printed all up where my name also was addressed to the home prior, but we never found out. My family was never notified that they were getting ready to take the house. No one was ever notified that, you know, for that they were getting ready to take the house. So that's why I wind up um when I learned that I could go and file for less pendants or whatever because I had inherited on the property.
But what did you go and make an agreement back in 2025 to purchase it for $9,500?
Because I didn't know. You said where did I go?
What made you do that? If
Because
you
I seen it online that I was I was bidding and I seen it online that it was going up for auction. And so I just called myself going to go ahead and bid on it. And then someone that I know wind up telling me that I had inherited on the property. Like, well, no, because they supposed to let y'all know, your family know before they even take it. And the land bank didn't let, absolutely no one know. So that's how I wind up going through that.
But I don't have anything. You have to present the court with documentation. Today's the date and time set for the motion for summary disposition. And if you had a response, you're supposed to provide that to the court in
So I did
writing.
respond. I responded to because they adjourned it to today. I responded on every court date. We responded to the last one. I think it was supposed to be like in March, and I responded and I put all the paperwork in the judges boxes and stuff like that we in our response. I think I'm quite sure I have a copy of it too, where I've been responding to everything. Now, another thing is I never received anything from from Miss Ebony. It's nothing in my email or nothing that I have registered here.
Your Honor, I was advised to mail her our motion, and I do have the proof of service filed with the court.
I have all my proof of services of everything that I responded to.
Okay, but you
But
said you didn't get anything from Ms. Jameson, but
no,
you
I don't have
responded.
anything.
Well, what are you
I don't have
responding
anything in the
to?
email.
What do you, no, she mailed it. What are you responding to then if you didn't receive anything? What is it that you're responding to?
I responded to I think it was the last one that I'm not sure. I got all this paperwork. I responded to, and I went down, I came here, and I think what is it, the 7th floor, one of these floors I went on, and responded to everything that was sent to me, but everything in my email I never got. The only thing I got in my email is when your clerk sent me that it was adjourned till today.
Ms. Jameson, in terms of, you indicated that the land bank has had the property for over 10 years. Did the land bank realize that, someone from Ms. Lewis's family was residing in the home?
So the land bank didn't, there's two different properties. 5519 Cooper, I believe, is the lot. That's the property the land bank has owned since 2015. 5513 Cooper is the structure. That's the property that was foreclosed on and deeded to the land bank in 2022. And
So my question.
Let her
My
finish
question
first.
is.
No, hold on, Ms. Lewis. Ms. Jameson,
Okay.
go ahead.
So we showed.
Good afternoon. This is the Elk County first appearance docket for June 17th, 2026. First case we'll call is State of Kansas versus James Schinkel, 25 CR 32. Counsel would state their appearances, please.
May it please the court, the state appears by Gillette County Attorney.
And are you James Schinkel? Mr. Schinkel?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Schinkel, there's been a motion to revoke your probation filed.
I don't know. You were just in Fredonia with the same nose that I was just trying to go home. I don't want to be rude anymore.
Well, sir, please don't interrupt. I'll go over what you're alleged to violated. You're going to have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply to the court. If you meet the financial criteria, I would appoint an attorney to represent you. But the allegations against you on your probation that you failed to pay your fines as directed, you failed to pay the court cost as directed, you failed to pay the indigent attorney's fees as directed, you failed to report on multiple occasions, you failed to complete. Sir, please do not interrupt.
I just want you to know Lucifer's here.
Sir, please do not interrupt.
Yeah.
Defendant has failed to complete the special conditions of his probation by not gaining and keeping employment and going to mental health counseling. You also allege to failed to complete the special conditions of your probation by not making monthly payments to your case. Also alleges new law violations, apparently from the city of Fredonia or Wilson County. What is your situation concerning an attorney, Mr. Schinkel? I know you had a court-appointed attorney in the past. Have you been employed?
Yeah, I've been somewhere out there.
I'm going to appoint the attorney that we hire for indigents on misdemeanor cases. That'll be William McClendon. And let's set a hearing in approximately 10 days. We may need to move that. depending on Mr. McClendon's schedule. Sarah, do you have a proposed date?
How far out were you wanting to go, Judge?
Approximately 10 days. Give or take a little bit.
We could do July 1st, Wednesday at 9:30.
All right. July 1st at 9:30. We need to notify Mr. McClendon about Mr. Schinkel being incarcerated. I'll hear the parties briefly in regards to bond. Ms. Gillette?
You know what the bond is currently set at?
I don't believe there is a bond currently.
He has been in and out of the Wilson County Jail for many failures to appear for court. I'm not sure that without a bondsman or someone to help him be able to get to court, that he will appear. I would ask that his bond be set at 5,000 cash professional surety.
Do you know what the allegation is as far as the criminal trespass, who the victims would it be? Are those the same victims that we had in this case?
No, it's he was trespassed from a business in Fredonia, and then he went back in and took a drink without paying for it, and he was there against
All right.
the trespass.
I'm going to set bond at 5,000 cash or surety. A condition of that bond is he must meet with his probation officer within 24 hours of his release on bond, and also that he is not he is to follow through with any and all medical recommendations and mental health recommendations that are in place, if any. So July 1st at, Sarah, did you say 9 or 9:30? Sarah, I'm not hearing you. I see that you've unmuted your screen, but I didn't hear a response. I think we're having some technical difficulties at this time. Okay. Yes, 9:30 is the time. Anything further concerning Mr. Schinkel? Very well, this matter is adjourned at this time and he can be returned to his cell.
Mr. Baca, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, Judge, I can hear.
Okay, this is the first appearance docket for Butler County, Kansas, June 17th, 2026. Is the jail on here?
Yes, Your Honor, we had a little bit of a mix-up. This is Mr. Scott.
Okay.
Not the one in first in your docket, but he was the one I had available at the time, so.
All right. You're Michael Lance Scott?
Yes.
All right, it appears you were arrested. It's like a DUI, some weapons, drug charges. The information I have is that the state has not yet filed charges. Is that accurate, Mr. Baca?
That is accurate, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Scott, no charges have been filed at this point. That doesn't mean that they won't be filed in the future. They may be waiting on some lab results or some other reports from law enforcement. So if you leave a good address there at the jail, if the state does file charges, they'll typically send you a summons that will have a court date on it. If they don't have a good way to get you a summons, then they'll likely issue an arrest warrant. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. If you don't have any other holds on you, you will be released today.
This gentleman over here said something about a drug charge.
No, that's what I said. I'm looking at the information that I've been provided. It lists the charges that perhaps you were arrested on. It lists TOC. So, but again, you haven't been charged with anything at this point.
Okay, thank you.
So, all right. Have a good day. Are you Amos Small?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're on the record in State of Kansas versus Amos Couch Small III, case number 22 TR 338. The state appears by Joseph Baca. Mr. Small appears in custody from the Butler County Jail. Mr. Small, it appears you failed to appear in front of Judge Webster back on April the 29th of 2026, and that was on a warrant to show cause, I believe. Is that accurate, Mr. Baca?
Yes, Judge, that is the state's information.
All right, the warrant to show cause that I'm finding in the file has a date of December the 5th of 2025. Is that the most current warrant to show cause, Mr. Baca?
I believe so, Your Honor. Yes. Looks like I have a file stamp date December 9th on that. I believe it's the request for revocation or the warrant to show cause. Yeah.
All right, so there's a few violations that are alleged in this warrant. Mr. Small, the first is that you failed to report to your CSO as directed, failed to pay all costs and fines, and failed to not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Now, when you failed to appear in front of Judge Webster, she issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture and ordered a no bond hold. Mr. Baca, what position does the state take on the Mr. Small's bond situation?
Well, Judge, I feel that the hold that Judge Webster put on the no bond hold is appropriate. I will inform the court he has what I count at least 3 prior failure to appears on this case that have accumulated. And I think the last bond, the maximum amount set was $5,000. State certainly can give a recommendation if the court wants to change from a no bond hold, but we do feel it's appropriate at this time.
All right, Mr. Small, by failing to appear in the past and not getting your case fully resolved, it appears you have earned a no bond hold. I'm not going to disturb Judge Webster's order. This is her case after all. I am going to appoint you an attorney. I'll appoint Darren Patterson to represent you, and I'll schedule this on the expedited misdemeanor control docket, which will be conducted July 17th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Lee, and that will be done by Zoom.
Ooh, he's got to sit for a whole month.
So if you wish to seek relief on the bond, you'll need to get in touch with Mr. Patterson and see if he can get anything done with Judge Webster in that regard. So, Mr. Bach, is there anything else you feel needs to happen on this case today?
Your Honor, if the court would allow, I would just make an oral motion to withdraw the motion for judgment on bond. Has a file stamp date of June 2nd. Now that he's in custody, and I think we can cancel the September hearing set from that if the court does grant that request.
That's so ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Small, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. If there's nothing further, we'll be in recess. You are excused. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to take a little hiatus from this because maybe one more. I have the rest of the red-haired lady's case.
Good afternoon. Are you Billia?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce your first name?
No, it's Balia.
Billia. All right, we'll go on the record in State of Kansas versus Billia Lorene Klein, case number 26 CR 218. The state appears by Joseph Baca. Miss Klein appears in custody from the Butler County Jail. You're here for a first appearance, Miss Klein. I'm going to go over your charges with you. There are 3 counts. Count 1's alleged to have occurred on June 13th, 2026 through June 16th, 2026 in Butler County, Kansas. It's alleged in that charge that you had unlawful contact with Aaron Brewer after having been ordered as a condition of bond in case 26 CR 157 not to have contact with that individual. That's a violation of a protective order, and that is a Class A person misdemeanor. Count 2 is alleged to have occurred on June 16th, 2026 in Butler County, Kansas. That alleges interference with law enforcement. That's a Class A misdemeanor. Count 3 also alleged to have occurred on June 16th, 2026 in Butler County, Kansas, is a separate count of interference with law enforcement. That is also a Class A misdemeanor. Each of those charges carries a maximum penalty of a year in jail and up to a $2,500 fine. Do you understand your charges, Ms. Klein?
Yes.
Can you afford to hire an attorney to represent you?
No.
Do you wish to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yeah.
All right, if you can't afford to hire your own attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you wish to have one appointed then?
Yes.
Okay, I need to determine if you qualify. Are you currently employed?
No.
Okay, how long has it been since you worked?
It's been a couple months.
Do you have any money saved up anywhere that you can use to hire an attorney?
No.
All right, I'll appoint Darren Patterson to represent you. He's an attorney here in El Dorado. Depending on what happens on your case, you may be ordered to pay back some or all of his fees. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, so he's been appointed. They'll give you his contact information. We need to set a bond. Mr. Baca, what's the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, at this time, the state is recommending a 10,000 cash or surety bond, also making a request for a no contact order with the victim, as well as not to discuss case with any of the endorsed witnesses. Your Honor, this is based on, as far as criminal history, she has a misdemeanor theft conviction, but primarily she is on felony bond in another case, 26 CR 157. Also, based on that history, have some concern with future appearances when we have interference with law enforcement charges. Of a slight concern, if she's not willing to, at least allegedly, obey law enforcement, there could be a concern for future appearance. And so it's for those reasons that we make that request today.
Your Honor, I have court tomorrow. There's no way I can get a smaller bond.
Well, I haven't set the bond yet. That's the recommendation that's been made. Do you live, is your court in Butler County?
No, it's in Harvey County, and I don't have a way to get a hold of my attorney.
Who's your attorney?
I think her name's Marla Hammock, or something like that.
Okay, well, under these circumstances, I think a $10,000 cash or surety bond is appropriate. That will be the order of the court. As a condition of bond, you're not to have contact with the alleged victim, Aaron Brewer, or any of the endorsed witnesses, including Rebecca Moore, Katie Klein, Charles Brewer, or Sandra Pratt.
That's my mom. That's the only phone number I have to call to get. Who? Can you please take my mom off?
Mr. Baca, do you have a position on that request?
She has custody of my child.
Just let Mr. Baca address the court.
Your Honor, I don't have an objection if she wants to have contact. The state's request was just not to discuss the case with witnesses. The only no contact we requested was with the victim, Mr. Brewer.
Okay, I'll modify the court's order allowing you to have contact with the previously named individuals as long as you don't discuss the facts of the case with them.
Okay.
As a condition of bond, you're not to possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. So as far as your situation in Harvey County, I don't know if they'll be aware of your incarceration if you're unable to make bond or not. Do you think you'll be able to make this bond?
I'm not going to be able to make this bond now.
Okay, I'm going to set this case on the expedited misdemeanor control docket on July 17th at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Lee. Your attorney, Darren Patterson, will be present with you at that hearing. All right, Mr. Baca, anything else on this case?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Klein?
No.
All right, we'll be in recess. Have a good day.
All right, now I can put the video back up of the redhead lady. All right, we're gonna have to do a little seek and find. Since I was off camera, I don't know exactly where it cut off. So I'm gonna have to rely on you guys.
I'm
When
sorry.
was that?
It was January. I think it was January of 2022.
So what's the condition of the property right now?
It is it's been burned up, but it's I
Have
feel
it-
like it's fixable. It
Pardon me?
didn't burn down. No, ma'am. It caught fire. It needs a lot of work done.
But you know, Miss Jameson, I'm trying to grapple with this, with the facts here and it being so convoluted. I don't think I can't grant a motion for summary disposition. We're based, you know, it's there's a lot of moving parts. One, in terms of if they had someone in there.
I never received anything from from Miss Ebony. It's nothing in my email or nothing that I have registered here.
Your Honor, I was advised to mail her our motion, and I do have the proof of service filed with the court.
I have all my proof of services of everything that I responded to.
Okay, but you
But
said you didn't get anything from Miss Jameson, but
no,
you
I don't have
responded.
anything.
Well, what are you
I don't have
responding
anything in the
to?
email.
What do you, no, she mailed it. What are you responding to then if you didn't receive anything? What is it that you're responding to?
I responded to I think it was the last one that I'm not sure. I got all this paperwork. I responded to, and I went down, I came here, and I think what is it, the 7th floor, one of these floors I went on, and responded to everything that was sent to me, but everything in my email I never got. The only thing I got in my email is when your clerk sent me that it was adjourned till today.
Ms. Jameson, in terms of you indicated that the land bank has had the property for over 10 years. Did the land bank realize that someone from Ms. Lewis's family was residing in the home?
So the land bank didn't, there's two different properties. 5519 Cooper, I believe, is the lot. That's the property the land bank has owned since 2015. 5513 Cooper is the structure. That's the property that was foreclosed on and deeded to the land bank in 2022. And
So my question.
Let her
My
finish
question
first.
is.
No, hold on, Miss Lewis. Ms. Jameson,
Okay.
go ahead.
So we do not show that, and I'm looking at our system right now. I don't show that the property was occupied. 5513 Cooper was occupied when it came into our ownership in December of 2022. But if it was occupied, no one reached, as far as we're aware, it came into our ownership. We don't have any information regarding the occupancy in December of 2022.
Did you just see her hands turn into paws?
Show that, and I am looking at our system right now. I don't show that the property was occupied. 5513 Cooper was occupied when it came into our ownership in December of 2022.
He's gonna do it again.
But if it was occupied, no one reached, as far as we're aware, it came into our ownership. We don't have any information regarding the occupancy in December of 2022.
But it came into your possession when was it?
December of 2022. December 21st.
You said you didn't have.
Okay, and Miss Lewis, you're saying that your family resided?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The house caught fire, and the house caught fire with my family living in it. My brother, his wife, and his grandson. It had
When was
caught
that?
fire. I'm
When
sorry.
was that?
It was January. I think it was January of 2022.
So what's the condition of the property right now?
It is it's been burned up, but it's uh I
Have
feel
it,
like it's fixable. It
pardon
didn't
me?
burn down. No, ma'am. It caught fire. It needs a lot of work done.
But Miss Jameson, I'm trying to grapple with this, with the facts here and it being so convoluted. I don't think I can't grant a motion for summary disposition. We're based, it's there's a lot of moving parts. One, in terms of if they had someone in there, you know, is there
So the structure did not come to us until 2020, until December of 2022. And I believe Ms. Lewis stated that the fire took place in January of 2022. So when it came into our ownership, the fire had already taken place and it had been tax foreclosed. in
right? And that's the problem though. But in terms of the tax foreclosure, but even if you got the tax foreclosure, you got the adverse possession if they've been physically there and uninterrupted, Miss Jameson. And I think that create go ahead.
I'm
That
sorry,
creates
Your
a
Honor.
question. Fact question.
So 5519 Cooper is a lot. They can't, that was a separate item, but and it's only, and then came into our ownership in 2015. 5513 is the structure that was recently foreclosed. And she was trying to buy them in a bundle. So that's how they came to be connected in this action.
Okay.
I got one question, Ms. Your Honor, if it's okay.
Yeah.
So my grandmother already had owned 5513 from the late 60s. When the lot came available, she then bought it. Johnny Mae Johnson. She then bought it. So it was always together and we always paid the taxes together. My
But like I
mom
said,
again,
what the problem is, you're saying you paid the taxes, but there was a tax foreclosure in 2008.
which I don't see how that's possible because my family had been in the house and we've been paying as a bundle. My
When is the
brother,
last, when is the last time you all paid taxes on this property?
so my brother said he last paid taxes. It had to been the year before it burned, and I think it burned in 2021. I mean, it burned in 2022, and he paid taxes. He said the year before.
It's now 2026. How do you justify saying that you own a property and that the land bank doesn't have the authority to take it from you if y'all ain't paid taxes in over 5 years? Because it's not just from 2021. There was already back taxes owed.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere down the line. I guess we supposed to have up to like 3 years before they could just take it.
Right, right. But like I said, you need to, if you were paying taxes, you need to have the verification.
Okay, so again, I guess
But
after.
you gotta have verification. You need to go see if you can get a report from the city or something.
Okay.
In terms of and Miss Jameson, when's your next in-person date?
My next in-person hearing date is July 1st.
July 1st.
And our one after that is August 5th.
So Miss Lewis, we can put this over. And like I said, I'll put both of them over, Miss Jameson, the 5513 and 5519. We'll put them over to August the 1st. That's in person. That'll be in person, Miss Lewis, on the 17th floor.
Oh, yes.
What floor are you
Okay.
on now? What floor are you on
Oh,
now?
the 17th.
Oh, you're
I'm here
outside
now.
you're outside my,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Well,
I thought it
I'm
was
in
in
back in
person. I'm
chambers.
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay, because I'm in chambers right
Yes.
now. But what you need to do is you need to get, if you're indicating that your family paid taxes, you need to have verification. And if you go down to the city or wherever, because Ms. Jameson has indicated that the property was foreclosed on. And if, sometimes the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. But if you got the verification, you need to present it. And then the court will address that appropriately. But you need to bring all of verification in terms of the taxes paid on that property and for what time frame. And I understand that somebody instructed you to go ahead and file the list pendants, but that may not have been the proper course of action, because if it's inherited property, you would have had to go through probate court. Because I'm trying to plug in, give me a second.
Our deceased, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we didn't know that. And so that's another thing, Your Honor. I know my brother was still paying the taxes under my mom's name because like I
But that's
definitely
fine,
did.
as long as you got the verification. You need to have somebody
Okay.
come down here to the city, county building and the tax assessor's office and pull up, because I don't see how sometimes the right hand doesn't know what the left's doing, but
And sometimes brothers lie. You better have those receipts.
Miss Jameson's indicated that the county had foreclosed on it, but sometimes there's an error. But if there's an error, you need to present that to us.
I need to
Otherwise,
find
the
that
court is
error.
going to have to deal with these issues as they've been presented to us. So, Ms. Jameson, we'll just adjourn this to the 1st at 3 o'clock.
July 1st or August 5th?
July. Well, that's 2 weeks. You want to do which one you want to do, Ms. Jameson? August.
August 5th would work for us.
Okay. Okay, because I know we probably got a lot. I think we got a lot on the 1st.
Yes.
So, Miss Lewis, August 5th. August 5th is the first Wednesday in August.
August 5th.
Is it 3, Miss Jameson?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your
At
Honor.
3 o'clock in person. Back to my courtroom. And like I said, you need to have paper copies of everything that you're talking about. If you got the taxes, you need to have the proof that those taxes have been paid. They were paid prior to, because the city should have a record of it. And then you have to, I don't know if it's too late to go down there now, but you need to have the verification that these taxes were paid.
Were being
Otherwise,
paid.
yeah, because right now, and Ms. Jameson has provided she provided the information relative to when the property was transferred to the land bank.
Now I have a paper here, Your Honor, that said it was for foreclosure in 2022.
Okay.
So
All right, well, bring all of your paperwork with you. Make sure
Bring
you
it
have
back.
copies. I don't want to take your copies, so make sure you make copies so
Okay.
that you can retain your documents.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so bring those documents and then go to the tax assessor's office and see how far back they can give you records of the taxes being paid, at least through 2000. I don't know if they can go back that far, because she said it was foreclosed on in 2008.
Your Honor,
Right.
5519 Cooper was foreclosed in 2008 and 5513 Cooper were foreclosed in 2022.
Okay. Wait, let me.
So why were they selling them as a bundle?
Okay, wait, let me, no, hold on 1 second. Miss Jameson, again, you said
5519 Cooper was foreclosed on in 2008. And then 5513 Cooper were foreclosed on in 2022. So the structure 2022 and the lot came to us in 2008. I believe it's probably because there's two different parcel ID numbers. So the lot was foreclosed on under its parcel ID number.
Okay, so, and sometimes I know this happens because of the fact that people don't understand that, you know, they've got a parcel for a property and a lot of people don't know that they have and then they think they're paying the property taxes and they're only paying for part of them. But we'll resolve it. We'll resolve it. So like I said, Ms. Lewis, bring copies. I don't want to take your copies, so bring copies of everything you have and then go to the tax assessor's office and, you know, see what information you can get relative to the taxes being paid and what, you know, whether it's for 5513, because I bet you they were paying 5513 and didn't pay for 5519. I bet you that's what happened because they didn't realize it was separate. And that's a problem for people because you think you got your property and you're paying your property tax.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
see you back August 6th at 3:00 in person in the courtroom.
August 5th, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, thank
August
you.
5th.
Thank you. Wednesday,
August
August
5th at
5th.
3.
Okay, thank you both.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, take care.
Oh, I'm so glad that I found the rest of it. I'm sorry it cut off, you guys. That's what we do around here. We discover problems and then we solve them together. And according to Mortimer Duke, hey, Donald Westerdale. How you doing, hot stuff? According to Mortimer Duke, the next case on Hart's docket was really good. Now, I didn't edit it. I didn't even watch it. But Mortimer Duke says it's good. So I'm going to put it on and we'll watch it raw. I just have to
Yes.
we got to scooch past that gal. All right. Get to the end of her. Get to the start of Watts. Watts. What's up?
And Mr. Watts, your case?
Your Honor, again, I have two, Mr. Winger, who is there by video, and Mr. Nelson, who is appearing from the jail. And I don't have a preference as to who goes first, Your Honor.
And Ms. Norris, which case would you like to take up first?
Your Honor, if we could probably take up the, I need to identify whoever the just plain iPhone is. I can see you, sir, but I can't hear you.
Gentleman on the iPhone.
Oh, there we go. Please identify yourself.
Tim Briggs.
Okay, thanks, Tim. We could see you and hear you. Perfect. So Judge, probably take up the Roy Nelson case, as I believe Mr. Nelson is the only in custody that we have, and we have several witnesses on this Nelson matter. So maybe that will clear out the waiting room and the docket, and then we can maybe take up Mr. Winger thereafter.
Court goes on the Zoom record. Case is entitled State of Kansas versus Roy Lee Nelson, 26 CR 100. State by Ms. Norris, defendant in person, and by Mr. Watts. Matter does regularly come back before the court this date on the preliminary hearing evidentiary docket by Zoom process. And Ms. Norris, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, in this particular case, I'm gonna need to share screen at different points.
And Your Honor, before the state begins, can we ask witnesses be sequestered, please?
Yes, that is the order of the court. Which witnesses need to be sequestered, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, it looks like I would need to sequester, well, I guess first, Belen, Jessica will need to be on first. And then you can put everyone else in the waiting room. And then hopefully, and we'll just get them all knocked out one right after the other.
So Jesse Becker is the only one you wish to have remain in?
No, Jessica.
Jessica?
Hyphen, and it has the case number. That's the individual I'll be calling first. Everyone else can be placed in the waiting room and we'll get to them shortly.
Bye-bye, Tim Briggs.
Are all parties removed, Ms. Norris?
Oh, she has crazy eyes right now.
You're on mute.
Sorry, Judge. I believe so. Mr. Winger is Jim's client for the next case, so we're ready to proceed.
Okay. The state, I understand, is called Jessica, and last name is?
You're on Jessica Lewis.
Jessica Lewis. Ma'am, if you'd raise your right hand, I'll administer an oath. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause down hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please speak slowly and distinctly so we can take a good record. Please wait to answer the question until it has been fully asked, beginning with the state and Ms. Norris.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
Jessica Lewis. I work at Dillon's. I'm customer service.
Okay. And Ms. Lewis, were you working on February 18th of 2026?
Yes.
And what Dillon's do you work at?
El Dorado.
Okay. And on the February 18th, were you working at the El Dorado Dillon's?
Yes.
And that's here in El Dorado and Butler County, right?
Yes.
Okay. And as part of your customer service, do you deal with people wanting to cash checks?
Yes.
Okay. And on February 18th, did a male come to see you about cashing a check?
Yes.
And do you see that person? Can you see other people on your screen?
No.
Okay. You're on a computer?
I'm on a phone.
Okay. Can you slide slide across the screen and see whether or not you see other people?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you see the person that tried to cash a check on February 18th of 2026?
Yes.
And can you describe them, what they're wearing, hair color, background, that sort of thing?
He has brown hair, brown facial hair. I can't see what he's wearing because I only see the head right now.
Okay, and the background?
There's like a bookshelf with a lot of books behind him.
Okay, and Your Honor would ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant, Roy Nelson.
The record may so reflect.
And Your Honor, may I share screen?
Yes.
And looks like Belen, I'll need you to, I guess, allow it. Okay.
He's holding a hose. They were impersonating firemen in that calendar. Sorry, it's not edited, guys. Blame
Okay.
Morty.
Now, Miss Lewis, can you see, and Judge, I would label this exhibit 1. And Miss Lewis, can you see the exhibit on your screen?
I mean, I see it, but it's really small.
Okay, let me try and zoom. How's that?
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Does this exhibit look familiar to you?
Yeah, vaguely.
And how does it look familiar?
Just the name, the Briggs.
The
I
Briggs
remember.
construction part?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, tell me what happened on February 18th, when the defendant came in to customer service there at Dillon's.
Well, he came in and asked if we cash checks. I remember that, and I said yes. And then he said, and then what struck me was just the name Stephen Austin Drake. And then I said, because now that I see the check, that name now strikes me as okay, yeah, I remember that Stephen Austin Drake. And I said, well, I can't cash this because it wasn't signed.
Meaning there was no signature on the front?
Yeah, there was no signature, like the boss or somebody hadn't signed it.
Okay.
And he said, oh, okay, well, give me a few minutes. He goes, he's old and he just probably forgot. And I said, okay. And I said, and he goes, just give me a few minutes and I'll be back. And then that's when he left. And then shortly he came back. And then there was a signature. Well, I didn't think it would go through anyway because of the amount of the check. Because a lot of times checks don't go through for our systems for that much. And he showed me the check again, and it just struck me as odd that he came back so fast.
And when you say so fast, like, so he basically walked out of the store and then about
Yeah, and it couldn't even have been 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then he came back.
With a signed check, this
Yeah.
check.
Yeah. And
That's not suspicious at all.
yeah, so and then that's when he wanted me to try to cash it.
And so did your system allow it to go through?
No, it didn't.
And does your system tell you why, or why
No,
it won't go through?
no. What happens is it prints out a receipt through Certegy, and it'll say that it doesn't tell me why. And I remember telling him that I don't know why, but you know, the receipt, if you call the number on the receipt, they can explain further. And I said you could try a bank.
Okay. And did he say anything after you told him that and suggested trying a bank?
No, I don't honestly remember. I do remember saying, okay, thank you. But if he said anything else, I don't remember.
Okay. And so he just walked out at that point?
Yeah.
With the check?
Yes.
Okay. So back to the exhibit. Is this the check that we've been talking about?
Yes.
And Your Honor, move for admission of States Exhibit 1, the check.
Any objection, Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor, no objection.
States Exhibit 1 is admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll stop the share. And thank you, Miss Lewis. I don't think I have any further questions for you, but Mr. Watts may have some follow-up, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Cross-examination by the defense, Mr. Watts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lewis, you work there at the service desk at Dillon's. I presume you see a lot of people who want to come in and cash checks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in this particular case, you identified the person that you've identified on the screen as the person who attempted to pass that check. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When someone comes in and wants to cash a check, do they typically have to provide some sort of identification?
Yes, and he provided one with the names. That's Stephen Austin Drake.
Okay. What identification did he provide?
He provided one that said Stephen Austin Drake.
Okay.
Or else I wouldn't have even tried to cash it.
Okay. I'm going to look at the, do you remember looking at the other side of the check? Where there's
Yeah.
typically like an endorsement or something like that?
Yeah, and that's how he signed it.
Okay.
Or that's how I told him to sign it. I said, you need to sign it exactly how it's signed on the front.
Okay. And he signed that on the back in your presence?
No, I don't remember, sir.
Okay.
I'm sure Dillon's has cameras.
So you told him to leave. Oh, I take that back. The check did not go through, presumably because, well, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why. It doesn't tell me when
Okay.
why it won't go through.
But I understood on direct that typically a check of that amount, which was how much?
I think it was like 1,700 and some dollars.
$1,700 and change. That's typically more than you would cash. Would that be fair?
On a lot of checks, and especially if someone has never cashed a check with us before and it's a higher amount, they usually won't go through.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have anything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. And I redirect Ms. Norris.
And Your Honor, can I share screen one more time?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I would note this as, just go with State's Exhibit 2. And Miss Lewis, is that customer service? Do you recognize this?
Yes,
And what is this?
that's the customer service desk.
Okay, and is that the person that's cashing the check, and is that you?
Yes. I'm the one that looks like in the blue.
Okay. And we already talked about this is February 18th of 2026.
Yes.
And you're gonna move for omission of states to the basically still clip of the video at Dillon's.
Any objection, Mr. Watts?
Not for purpose of this hearing, Your Honor, no.
State's Exhibit number 2 is admitted into evidence.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Cross-examination, Mr. Watts.
No, Your Honor, nothing else.
Any reason why the witness may not be excused, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor.
And Miss, well, first name Jessica, you're excused. You're free to go or stay as you wish.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
State.
Martin, you okay there, buddy? Hey, wake up. Get up. Oh, man. I think the Fetty kicked in.
Call its next witness, Ms. Norris.
Your Honor, calls Nicole Rodriguez.
Nicole Rodriguez, if you'd please raise your right hand, I'll administer an oath. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Please speak slowly and distinctly. Please be sure to wait till each question has been asked before you answer.
I'm concerned.
Beginning with the state, direct examination, Ms. Norris.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Nicole Rodriguez, and I am a teller at Vintage Bank, Kansas.
Okay, and where is your location?
In El Dorado, Kansas.
Okay, and what part of town?
I'm not really sure.
Well, like what street is it on?
Central, I think.
Okay. So it's on Central Street here in El Dorado and Butler County.
Yes.
Okay. What's the next closest business to you?
Sutherland's.
Okay. So it's out there on the west side of town.
Yes. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Now, on February 18, 2026, did someone try to come in and cash a Briggs construction check?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to show you, and Judge, may I share screen?
Yes.
Okay. And Miss Rodriguez, can you see multiple boxes on your screen?
Yes.
Okay. But I'm going to share screen. I'm going to have you look at this exhibit 1, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you see the exhibit, Miss Rodriguez?
Yes.
It's a check?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recognize that check?
Yes, that's the check that was brought in.
Okay. And who brought it in and what happened? Kind of tell us how the whole thing played out.
Okay. So it was at about 1 p.m. We had a gentleman walk in saying that he had done some work for Briggs Construction. They're a customer that we have here. And normal protocol is to get their ID as well, if they're not a customer. So while I was looking at the check and his ID, I noticed that the check looked off from the checks that the customers normally bring in. First, the font used is not the right font that they use. The check number is way off from the checks that they are writing, and the signature for Tim Briggs is not his signature. When I noticed that it was off, I asked the gentleman that had come in if I could just ring Briggs Construction up just because the check number wasn't lining up in our system. I then called Briggs Construction and I spoke to Jessie Becker and I asked her about the check number. She said she was going to check.
Jackson, Your Honor, hearsay, assuming Ms. Is it Becker is here?
Your Honor, Miss Becker is present.
Withdraw the objection, Your Honor.
Miss Rodriguez, you can continue.
Okay. Jessie then informed me that she didn't know anybody by that name. So I had told her the name of the guy who had come in, which was Stephen Austin Drake. She said she didn't know anybody by that name and that the check number was off and she would check with Tim Briggs. I then informed him that the gentleman who came in that as of right now, I couldn't cash that check, but he could go to the Briggs Construction office and have them cut him a new check, but I couldn't cash that check.
Okay. And so what happened next? Did you keep the check?
Yes, we kept the check.
Okay. And did he say anything else or just walk out?
He said that he would go over there.
Okay. And you said that, did you have Stephen Austin Drake as a client there at Vintage?
No, he was not.
So did you ask for identification?
Yes, he had a paper check or not a paper ID.
So like the temporary
Yes.
driver's license that's on the like register tape?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, I'm gonna stop share. And Your Honor, I'm gonna share again, but a different, and this would be labeled Exhibit 3.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, do you recognize this?
Yeah, that's my desk.
I'll tell you what, that camera, normally cameras add like 10 pounds to people, but that camera actually does this guy some favors because he does not look like that sitting there in the jail. The guy there, I mean, looks actually pretty good.
And is that you?
Yes.
And is this the individual? Is this the transaction that we've been talking about here?
Yes.
Okay. And you said it was about 1 o'clock on February 18th.
Yes.
Your Honor, move for admission of State's Exhibit 3.
Any objection, Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 3 is admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll stop share. And Ms. Rodriguez, do you see the individual that you had that you did the transaction with here in the I guess, here in the meeting
Uh,
in these screens?
yes.
And can you describe that person and the background?
He has long black hair, facial hair, and he looks like he's in an office with books in the background.
Okay, and Your Honor would ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant, Roy Nelson.
The record does so reflect.
And Ms. Rodriguez, what if anything did you do after you kept the check and the defendant left the bank?
I contacted the customer to let him know that it was, from what we could see, a fake check. They then assumed that somebody had probably just taken a check because it's the right paper in the signature, like not the signature, the names on the top is correct. It's just the numbers are off.
Okay.
And then we contacted Butler County Police.
Okay, so you call law enforcement to report
Yes.
this as well.
I thought he had neck tattoos in that.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. I don't think I have anything further, but Mr. Watts may have a couple follow-up questions, okay?
That bank photo. It kind of looked like he had neck tattoos. Hold on. We're gonna scooch back just slightly. Okay, so doesn't it look like it would be his left side, because flip him around, but it looks like there's purple, blue, reds, greens, all at the exposed part of his hoodie. It really does. All right, 111.12. That's where I kicked it back. Okay, so we're gonna go 111.6.
Identified the defendant, Roy Nelson.
The record does so reflect.
And Ms. Rodriguez, what if anything did you do after you kept the check and the defendant left the bank?
I contacted the customer to let him know that it was, from what we could see, a fake check. They then assumed that somebody had probably just taken a check because it's the right paper in the signature, like not the signature, the names on the top is correct. It's just the numbers are off.
Okay.
And then we contacted Butler County Police.
Okay, so you call law enforcement to report
Yes.
this as well.
I'm not seeing any. I'm looking. Buddy.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. I don't think I have anything further, but Mr. Watts may have a couple follow-up questions, okay?
Okay.
Cross-examination, Mr. Watts.
I have nothing else. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any objection to Ms. Rodriguez being excused? Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rodriguez, you're free to go or stay as you wish.
All right. Thank you.
Ms. Norris, you may call your next witness.
Glenn, could you bring in I need Jesse Becker for sure. And then also if Tyler Entz or anyone from that has a labeled something Dylan's, would you bring them all in at the same time?
Where'd Marty go? Did Martin wake up? Somebody poke him? I tried. He wouldn't let me. I wish I had.
I'm sorry, Amber, I was on mute. There is a Samsung phone that's come in. Do you want me to bring them in to see who it is?
Not necessarily, but I need to release Tyler Ince. And then I need Jesse Becker for testimony. And then I don't know if there's anybody I didn't see anybody, but I couldn't recall if there's anybody labeled like Dylan's.
No.
Okay. And Mr. Ince, you're free to go. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
And Your Honor, I'll call Tim Briggs.
Mr. Briggs, if you'd please raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give, cause now in hearing, shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. And you're on mute. You're on mute.
All right. Yes, I heard you. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Briggs. Please speak slowly, enunciate, and be sure to wait until a question is fully asked before you answer. Please proceed with direct examination, Ms. Norris.
Please state your name for the record
Tim Briggs,
and your occupation.
self-employed, steel erection.
Okay. And are you affiliated with Briggs Construction?
Yes, I'm the owner.
Okay. And are you familiar with anyone by the name of Stephen Austin Drake?
Negative.
Okay. And when it comes to Briggs Construction checks, do you sign those personally?
No, Jesse Becker signs them.
So
So dude didn't even pick the right person. Oof.
and does she do all your, I guess, payroll or bill paying?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Okay. And Judge, can I share screen at this point?
Yes.
And Mr. Briggs, if you could look at the screen, do you recognize that check? And specific.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's our check. That's not our thing. That's not my signature.
Okay. You kind of broke up there for a second. That's the correct style of check for your business?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Okay. Is that your signature on that check?
No.
Okay. And besides Jesse Becker, is anyone allowed to sign? Well, does Jesse sign with your name or her own name on the payroll checks?
She signs with her own name. We got it authorized for her. So if I have to sign a check, I sign my own name. And when she signs them, she signs her own name.
Okay. And this is not your signature?
No.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay. And did you give anyone permission to sign your name on a Briggs Construction check?
No.
And as far as like the details of like what like employee rosters, check amounts, check numbers, is that something that Jesse would be better suited to answer as your payroll bill paying person?
Yes, she would, because this check, this 5517, and there was another one missing that we went and found. We didn't have documentation for it or logged in. They were missing once we figured out this whole deal. We had to go back and look. We didn't know they were missing, But once this was presented to us, she went back and found 2 checks out of our payroll. It was, or out of our check system, probably like in September area, because that's when this number of check would have been used, was around September of last year.
Okay. So the fact that it showed up in February was just another red flag.
Yeah, like we didn't even know it was missing. I mean, sometimes if it, because if we don't take them out, if she takes a check out, it gets logged into QuickBooks. But sometimes, those things happen or they just get overlooked, and if you don't know there's a check missing, you just kind of go on. We didn't investigate it any further until, this guy or the bank called me and asked me about it. So we started looking into it.
Okay. And so from all of your information, this was not this is not your check signature, and this is not a check that you approved personally.
No, it's not. The only reason that I know is the bank called me because, we have a lot of things going in and out. The bank called me and said something looks funny with this. And so they called me, asked me if I knew whoever Stephen, I don't know who Stephen Austin Drake is. They asked me who, I can't even remember the guy's name. That Nelson, is it Roy Nelson? Anyway, whoever was trying to cash the check, they asked me if I knew him. I said, no, I don't know him. And they said, this doesn't look like your check, doesn't look like your signature. So that's how it was brought to my attention.
Okay.
I didn't find out on my own or anything.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Briggs. I don't think I have any further questions, but Mr. Watts may have some follow-up for you, okay?
Okay.
Cross-examination by the defense, Mr. Watts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Briggs, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Okay. If I understand it correctly, after all of this, this appears to be an actual check, but out of order and kind of out of time. Would that be fair?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, I also understand that you have a accountant or a payroll employee that signs the vast bulk of the checks in your business. Would that be right?
Correct.
So a check signed by you, even though you're the owner of the business, would be relatively unusual.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, unless I just take out a check, and most of the time, if it's printed off, it would be signed by her. Because if I take a check, mine are usually just handwritten, but I don't do that very often.
Okay. Now, well, let's strike that for a moment. You mentioned a name a moment ago, or Roy Nelson. How did you come to know that name?
The bank called me and asked me if I knew him, and I said, no, I don't. And the bank instructed him to say, hey, if this check is legit, you need to go to Tim's office and ask him. And so the bank called me, and then I called Jesse and said, hey, we got a couple issues. We need to check on some things. And as I'm on the phone with her, he walks into the store giving some story about services rendered or something that he didn't get paid for, or equipment or something.
Okay. Did you speak with him? Were you in the
No,
office?
no, I wasn't at the office. I had just called her, and he had literally walked in while I was on the phone with her.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to assume that a Stephen Drake, as far as you know, doesn't work for your company.
No, well, we've looked into it. I made sure that, yeah, I've never heard that name. We've had quite a few employees over the last few years, but I've never heard that name.
If I could ask, approximately how many people work for your company?
Say in somewhere from 18 to 25, give or take.
Okay. Good sized company. All right. I don't think I have any other questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Any redirect, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Any reason why the witness may not be excused, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts?
No, sir.
Mr. Briggs, you're free to go or stay as you wish.
Okay, I just hang up.
Have a good day. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Your Honor, state would call Jesse Becker next.
Get out of this.
And Ms. Becker, if you'd raise your right hand, I'll administer an oath. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Please speak slowly and distinctly. Please be sure to wait until the question is fully asked before you answer. Direct examination, Ms. Norris.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
Jesse Becker, administration.
And with what company?
Briggs Construction and
Okay.
Wheat State Ring.
And what do you do there exactly?
Billing, payroll. I mean, pretty much all the office duties, phone calls, invoicing.
Okay. And how long have you been there?
March of 2025.
Okay. So about working on a year and a half or so?
Yeah.
Okay. And were you working on February 18th of 2026 of this year? And did you either talk to Mr. Briggs or get a call from the bank regarding a check?
Yes, I got a call from the bank, and then after we got off the phone, I had texted Tim asking him if he knew the name of the person who was trying to cash a check.
And who was that?
Roy Nelson.
Okay. And I'm gonna share screen, and I want you to tell me if you recognize this check.
Okay. Yes.
Ms. Becker?
Yep.
Okay. And do you recognize this?
The check, yes.
Okay. And is this what we've just started talking about? Is this the check that the bank called you about?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a Stephen Austin Drake that works for the company?
No.
Okay. And you do all payroll?
Yes.
Okay. And this 5517, the check number, in February, was that out of order or?
Yes, that check number, with my QuickBooks, we would have used that all the way back in the end of August or beginning of September. It was right around Labor Day that those check numbers would have been used.
Okay. And you did not prepare and issue this check?
No.
And does anyone else do that for the company?
No.
And when you get information from the bank and then you're talking with in some fashion with Tim Briggs, does anybody come into your office regarding this check as well?
Yes. I was sitting in my office and I can see the front door, and also kind of hear what's going on when my door's open. And I heard a gentleman tell the front desk that he was here for a new check for Briggs, and that someone wrote him a wrong check. And I walked out there and intervened and told him that I don't know who he is and I don't know who would have wrote that check, and Tim wouldn't have even signed it. I would have. I don't know the last time Tim did sign a check, because I am able to do that. So it would have been me. It would have been my signature from the date that was on that check, if that makes sense.
Okay. And Ms. Becker, can you see multiple people multiple boxes on your screen, the way that you're viewing the Zoom?
I can.
Okay. And do you see the person that came in and asked for you to basically cut them a new check?
I do.
And can you describe them and the background that they're in?
Yes, the background is going to be a bunch of books. He long hair, beard, black or brown hair.
Okay. And Your Honor, we'd ask that the record reflect that the witnesses ID'd the defendant, Roy Nelson.
The record does so reflect.
Ms. Becker, I don't think I have any further questions. But Mr. Watts may have some follow-up, okay?
Okay.
Cross-examination by the defense, Mr. Watts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Becker, you got a call from the bank that a check had been attempted to be passed, correct?
Yes.
And you had concluded that check was not valid, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and I asked those only to set up the next thing. A few minutes later, and we're talking how much time?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay. Now, your company is in El Dorado?
Yes.
Okay, so you're relatively close to Vintage Bank, fair?
Absolutely.
Okay. So as you're getting off the phone, or a few minutes later, this person comes in asking for a new check. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, just so I'm clear, and so we're all clear here, he's not coming in with a check to try to get you to cash it. He's asking for the company to issue him a new check, correct?
Yes.
What were the professional services that he performed for the company?
Okay. And he wants that new check because, as he put it to you, he sold a piece of equipment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I asked that you all work in construction, correct?
Yes.
And you also have a equipment rental business, a Wheat State Rental. It's kind of not on the side, but it's part of the business.
Yeah, it's a whole different business, but this is where Briggs is out of as well. Yes.
Okay, so you have two businesses running out of the same entity, out of the same building.
Correct.
Okay. It would not be unusual. Well, let's put it this way, strike that. So when this person came in, it appeared he was looking to get paid for a piece of equipment he was sold. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Okay. I take it you did not know anything about any piece of equipment that had been purchased by Wheat State or Briggs Construction.
Correct.
Okay. Did he mention exactly what it was or what kind of thing he had sold?
He had mumbled whatever type of equipment it was, but I had no knowledge of that even happening. And so I just told him, sorry, but it wasn't us. I don't know how you got the check. I would go get your piece of equipment back.
Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with Briggs Construction, you wouldn't necessarily know who would be signing the checks, would you?
Correct.
Okay. An employee might, because they get the checks all the time. The bank might, because they get the checks all the time. But if you're not familiar with Briggs Construction, you may not know that Tim Briggs doesn't actually sign the checks. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think there would be kind of well, let's put it this way. If you were going to try to pass a knowingly false check, the last place you would walk into would be the place that you believed issued the check, would it?
Yes.
We've seen enough stupid criminals to know that's not true, Watts.
Because they would know more than anyone else whether or not the check was good.
Correct.
Nothing else, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. Any redirect, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Any reason why the witness, Ms. Becker, may not be excused, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Becker, you're free to go or stay as you wish.
Thank you.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
Any evidence to present, Mr. Watts?
Not at this hearing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Court has had the opportunity to listen to the
May I be heard
testimony.
May I be heard briefly, Your Honor?
Please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is charged as a forgery, and I took the liberty of pulling the pick for the forgery case here. And a number of things must be proven in order for a forgery to be proven. That the defendant, in this case, issued or distributed, it's not alleged that it was made by him, issued or distributed that appeared to have been made by, in this case, it would have been Tim Briggs. But that also, those elements also require that he or she, in this case, he, Mr. Nelson, knew that had been made, essentially knew that it was fraudulent. What the state has failed to show this afternoon is that Mr. Nelson knew the check was fraudulent. If anything, they have demonstrated that he has no knowledge that it's fraudulent. He went not one, not two, but 3 separate places to try to get a check cashed for what was, by his description and by the state's own witnesses, an item that he sold to another person. In fact, the third person that he went after going to Dillon's and turning it down, and after going to the bank where he no longer even had the check, he then has the audacity to walk into the very place that would have issued the check.
Audacity being the optimal word there, Watts. And let's not forget that when he was at Dillon's and they told him no, that they needed a signature on it, he walked outside and miraculously had a signature within a couple of minutes. So, yeah, that kind of points to he had knowledge.
Now, a person that's knowingly passing a fraudulent check, as the witness noted, the last thing he would do is to walk into the business that allegedly issued the fraudulent check and present himself as an obvious fraud. What the state must demonstrate evidence of is that he knew this check was fraudulent, that he knew that it had been made, altered, endorsed so that it appeared to be genuine when it was not. And they have, in fact, not demonstrated that he knew it was fraudulent. In fact, they've demonstrated just the opposite.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. An argument, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, obviously the state takes a different position and would disagree. There's no doubt that he knows that it's fraudulent because first off, his name is not Stephen Austin Drake. And he tried to turn that check in without a signature and wasn't gone 5 minutes, came back, brought it in. Surprisingly, it has a signature on it, says Tim Briggs. Now, I wouldn't say it's the smartest thing he could have done to go to Briggs Construction, but you know, the long con and not doing things the smart way is sometimes how people end up in these circumstances. So, Your Honor, I do believe that the state has shown that he knowingly, that he knew that it was fraudulent because he is not Stephen Austin Drake. He is Roy Nelson. Like I said, he turned it in without a signature on it. As a signatory in the first place. So he knows it's no good. He's making up some story about a piece of construction equipment or a piece of equipment that they don't know anything about. So Your Honor, we do ask that the court find probable cause for counts 1 and 2. Thank you.
Court makes inquiry, is count 1 and count 2 just duplicitous?
No, Your Honor, they're separate counts, one for each time he tries to pass the check, one for Dylan's and one for the bank.
Thank you. Court has had the opportunity to listen to the evidence, has had opportunity to review the file herein. Subsequently, the court does find probable cause to believe that the defendant did commit the crimes as alleged in count 1 and 2, and the court does bind Mr. Nelson over for trial. And Mr. Watts, is your client prepared to proceed to arraignment?
We can do so, Your Honor.
As Morty says, womp, womp, womp.
Court does proceed to arraignment. And Mr. Watts, does your client wish reading of the charges against him?
Your Honor, we've waived that formal reading and are not guilty plea at this time. Ask the case be set for pretrial and jury trial settings.
Court does schedule the matter for pretrial conference and jury trial. Proposed date?
I judge, I don't have a proposed date, whatever the court has available.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I believe the defendant's in custody on more than one case, so that's not a real issue.
Shocking. So do you think that the guy was honest with Watts about his knowledge and involvement with this forged check? Or do you think he has pumped a whole lot of smoke up Watts's arse and Watts concocted this story to save his client?
I don't know what court's next dates are.
Okay. About September 4, pretrial conference plea docket, 9 a.m. Jury trial would be the following Tuesday, September 8, 2026 at 9 a.m. Any other matters to come before the court?
Not from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
And
No,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Watts?
Nothing else.
There being nothing further to come before the court, court is in recess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay, if I committed a crime, loose lips sink ships. I would not be forthcoming, even to my lawyer, unless my lawyer called me out on it and I had to confess something under attorney-client privilege. But I don't know. I think I would hold my ground, but I don't lie. So there's that. They are not supposed to represent any position that Watts knows is not true. Can you restate that? Can you rephrase that? Explain it like I'm 5. I'm dumb right now. I'm very tired. Very, very tired. I blame Morty because it's nearly 3 a.m. and I'm still live streaming. Did he, though? I mean, it's his job to pretend he did. But does he really buy it? Watts can know Nelson is guilty, but still say there's no evidence that he knew it was fraudulent. You can't present bullshit positions. Okay. But you can lie by omission, and you can, I don't know, you can rephrase and restate and defend and represent your client without lying or without misleading the court with perjurous statements, I guess would be. No, this is only an evidentiary hearing, so the rules are a little bit laxed on it too. All right, guys, I am struggling to stay awake. I am so tired. As an officer of the court, if he knows it's a lie, he cannot push that position. That's kind of what I thought, and that's why I said, if I were a client, if I were a defendant, and I had concocted a story, I'd stick to that story. I wouldn't get off of that. Because if that's what I tell my lawyer, then my lawyer has to go with it. No. He's probably sleeping in his recliner, and I don't want to disturb him because then he'll wake up, I'll startle him awake, and he'll accidentally block somebody. Love you, Mortimer Duke. Aw, thank you, Donald. I'm assuming that was meant for me. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun hopscotching around. We didn't even watch there's still about 1/4 of the original docket that I had planned to stream. There's still about 1/4 of it left, but no, we'll save it for another day. I don't even know if it was any good. All right, you guys are amazing. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.